this week's edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I am the Athletic Geek, and I'm joined once again by Jedi Jason Kruger, and we've got kind of a big week to talk about. We're going to talk about, real briefly, just talk about what we thought of the events and our disappointments. It's something that should have been the biggest triumph of the annual event to discuss. Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss, ongoing storyline. We'll be talking about who will be going at SummerSlam. Then on SmackDown side of things, we'll be talking about AJ Styles and Graciano's awesome match from the past few days. The further degradation of the once mighty Empress of Tomorrow. G1 Climax Tournament over in New Japan Pro just like all of you. We are just two marks, and yeah, we're gonna slip up every now and again because of years of internet conditioning, but yeah, we tried to talk like two fans rather than two insiders. But enough about that. Let's get to Raw Thoughts. So time for Raw Thoughts, and then kind of just as an extra sidebar in the Raw Thoughts, Extreme Rules it was one of the, I'm going to say, one of the better pay-per-views of the year.
I enjoyed it.
I really liked it too. And unquestionably, the match of the night was the 30-minute Iron Man match for the Intercontinental Championship between Dolph Ziggler, the champion, and Seth Rollins, the challenger. You would think that all fans, even the ones that don't look at wrestling the way we do, and especially those in that arena that night, would appreciate this match for what it was.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Look. You go to a show, you can cheer and boo and do whatever you want. You paid your money for a ticket. Who are we to tell you, no, don't go have a good time? But the line between having a good time and being fucking obnoxious is that thin. And they crossed it. And they crossed it big time and took what was a spectacular wrestling match between two of the best wrestlers on the WWE roster, and they shit all over it.
Yeah, let's be clear on this. This wasn't Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. There was no Roman Reigns in sight.
This was just...
These were two people who put in the work, their performance speaks for itself.
And even with Roman Reigns, it's not even a matter of we want to shit on his work. It's a matter of we want to shit on him because we do not like the character.
I'm well aware, but
still,
this doesn't help. This is the first time in forever we've had something that means something. The Intercontinental title, an actual 30-minute Iron Man match, something everybody should appreciate, and they still crapped all over it. Just me, like it was a rest hold fest, and it wasn't.
Yeah, to me, I could see Vince McMahon backstage going they love Roman Reigns. They shit on everything. Roman Reigns is the fucking man. He's the fucking big dog. Wah! Yeah. And are you fucking happy now? Like that. Right. That's just why I say with that. Are you fucking happy now? Because you just wanting to make yourself stars, you've essentially made the strongest voice that could possibly change the direction of the company, and you've made it meaningless. So, I try not to be that type of wrestling fan, even though I can say, objectively speaking, I enjoy New Japan. I'm critical of New Japan too, don't get me wrong. Whenever they do things that I think, I'm not a fan of that, I'll mention it. But objectively speaking, I enjoy New Japan right now more than the WWE. That being said, I'm not one of those fans just like, that's just the WWE show. Yeah. That was nothing compared to what happened in Japan. What happened in the Budokan, what happened in Fukuoka the other day with this match with Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. And I love Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada's matches. New Japan hipster. Yeah, I'm not that guy. Like, among a lot of my New Japan friends, like, I'm very, very much adamantly saying, like, hey, this thing from WWE was good too, Hey, that thing, in New Japan, as good as it was not the end-all be-all of wrestling. Right. But kind of makes me, like, lose somewhat of my high ground that, I feel like I have in those arguments because, well, you shit all over the best thing you got going. Yeah. So that's just a little side piece at my frustration, and above all else, disappointment in the WWE fans on Sunday night. Go do whatever you want at a wrestling show. It's not my money, but
really, we're still disappointed.
Just as an opinion, anybody that thought that was good, fuck you. Watch that be the thumbnail of the video. I don't want to watch this video. He's giving us the finger. So, we are on to Raw. We are on to Brock Lesnar's apparently going to be at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Before he goes back to the UFC. Now, here's the question. Does he drop the title at SummerSlam? Or does he take it in the middle of the octagon and, shit on it while getting a reach around from Dana White and then having Joe Rogan in the background going, wrestling's fake stupid! Wrestling's fake stupid! Is that what's going to happen? Or is he actually going to drop the belt? And as much as I don't want him to drop, much as I don't like Roman Reigns, I'd rather him drop the belt to Roman Reigns so he doesn't leave with the belt. And maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they're probably like, fucking Vince McMahon's watching right. The Athletic Geek just said he wants to see him drop the belt to Roman Reigns. We're going to give him what he wants. We're going to fire AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, but we're going to give him that. Looking out for you, big guy. Looking out for you, pal.
Personally, I'd rather he would have just got the belt at WrestleMania. Been done with this. This has been...
It's not good. It's so not... It's just not even good.
But... Although now...
I'm holding out hope that Bobby Lashley... Just because that's a dream match. Lashley versus... Lesnar, we've said it on the show in previous weeks,
I agree with you.
That's something that needs to be done.
Although it would have been better back when Lesnar wrestled more. But
it'd have been better in 2003. It'd have been better in 2012.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'll take it.
Yeah, right? You what you can get. I'm fairly certain that they can't leave Roman out of it, but I will just die of boredom if they have Roman versus Lesnar again, so I'm hoping it'll end up being a triple threat so at least there's intrigue.
It would make me... And this would absolutely never happen ever.
Okay.
But what would make, me just be, so happy? Lesnar fights Daniel Cormier. Mm-hmm. Win or lose, have this set up ahead of time, win or lose... Rocking down to the octagon after the fight. Braun! And he comes in, and he cashes in Money in the Bank, and he powerbombs into the octagon. There's a WWE official there. 1, 2, 3. Right there in the UFC octagon. Braun Strowman, Universal Champion. That's what I want.
Could you imagine?
Meanwhile, back in the real world, that's not going to happen.
No, but that'd be
so great.
Hilarious.
So they're still going with the same. They're either going to go with the same tried and not so true formula, with just Roman Reigns again, or they're going to just maybe give us the dream match Bobby. And you know what? And if you don't want Lashley to be the champion. You could still do the have Lesnar win. Have them maybe only go 5 to 6 minutes and just have Lesnar win. Have Lashley get his few shots in, but Lesnar just look like the beast and then be who's gonna stop me? Braun, and then Braun have a match. I mean, I give him credit for like planting these seeds of doubt, but I could honestly see just straight up Brock Lesnar just leaving and being like, I got the belt and I'm not wrestling anymore because I don't want to, and I'm not going to lose because I don't want to, and I don't care because I don't like wrestling. So
that's been established. But
fuck you. I could see all of that happening and see him just straight up leave and be like, oh, it's done. So how about it? We'll have another tournament for forfeiting this title. And maybe I give them credit. If this is part of the plan, I give them credit for doing that. But as much as I'd rather see Roman Reigns win the title than that, I don't want to see Roman Reigns win. I think Roman Reigns...
Fair.
Even some of the most anti-internet fan people on the internet. Tony Young, I'll give them a plug, even though they seem like nice fellows, but don't really consistently listen to their show. It's not one of my A-list shows to listen to. The Tony and Kevin Castle show, they're very much anti the smart mark, the smart fan, the internet fan, the Ring of Honor. They're very much they don't have those opinions. Even they, and this is to me when I guess I truly realized that I'm not just being that guy as a wrestling fan. I realized that, whoa, this is a problem. After WrestleMania, they kind of Roman Reigns is a failure. Yeah. And they were always standing up for Roman, or at least, not just saying give in to the smart mark. They were kind of, after the whole Royal Rumble 2014, they were kind of like, shut up and deal with it. It's not going to be Daniel Bryan. Just shut up, And even when they're kind of saying Roman Reigns is not doing so well, then Roman Reigns is not doing so well. But
yeah, Lashley beat him Sunday, so I mean.
But they're going to negate all that shit on Monday Night Raw. Possibly not. Well, who knows?
However, for whatever it's worth, Lashley pinned Roman with one spear. I took Lesnar 6 F5, so.
Oh, Lashley spear.
Greater than F5.
And greater than the ooh-ah spear of Roman Reigns.
But is it greater than the bounce off the rope 2 or 3 times spear? We don't know, because he's only successfully nailed it on Undertaker. He was going for it, and that's when he got hit by the 6th F5. And lost at WrestleMania. So.
Right. And then the last thing I want to talk about, so Ronda Rousey's suspension. She's breaking the suspension. Yes. She's going after Alexa Bliss. And, a lot of people don't like Rousey, be it because of things she said, the way she acted in the UFC, or that they think maybe they're giving her too much too soon. I dig her. Yeah. I dig her as a wrestling guy. I liked her as an MMA fighter just because she was, her name was a tribute to Roddy Piper, and she wasn't like all these, muscle-bound MMA guys like, wrestling fake and for stupid people. Right. I do real tough. She gave it, I always respected her for that.
She's always been a fan, so.
Was she always, is she the kind of athlete that I always, really gravitate to? No, if it wasn't for that, I'd probably hate Ronda Rousey. But I'm digging her character. I'm digging what they're doing with her. She's not, I get the criticism, but she's not real. She needs more polish in the ring. Of course. And by more polish, I mean a lot more. Mm-hmm. But I like the storyline. I like, maybe they'll do the classic ECW, accentuate the positives and hide the negatives.
That's what they've been doing so far.
And who knows what's going to happen. I'd rather lead up to a WrestleMania moment.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Just because you give her more time to polish herself before she gets that ball. But I'm enjoying the storyline, and I'm enjoying Ronda Rousey's run so far.
She's
so
gonna be more polished.
there's gonna be a few people that watch this that are gonna be kind of angry at me for saying that, but I don't have anything to complain about, really. So
I guarantee you.
Sorry.
I guarantee you, she's training at the Performance Center.
Oh,
at least a
absolutely.
few days a week still when she's not on TV. So
Right. So
she will be more polished. Just be patient.
Right. And she's
They're
not
simultaneously promoting her and training her, refining her at the same time.
right.
So.
And then like I just can't help but wonder like down the road when is she gonna be one on that is on Raw week in week out? Is she gonna have matches on Raw? Like you don't want to kill that box office with her, but if she's willing to do some stuff on free TV, why not?
I would say maybe after WrestleMania. Up till then, I think it's going to be a bit of what we've had so far.
Right.
But eventually, I think so. Sticks around. So that'd be interesting.
Alrighty. Yep.
All right.
That is it for Raw Thoughts. Now time for SmackDown. Alright, it is now time for our SmackDown thoughts, and I guess let's just start with the let's get the bad things out of the way and then build to some really good things.
Mm-hmm.
So Asuka lost again.
She did. She's a babyface now on the main roster. She's a good guy, sorry. She's a good guy on SmackDown.
Good girl.
And
good guy. Don't
good girl.
Yeah, something.
She's a hero.
She's one of the heroes.
Cheer for her.
Mm-hmm.
So, therefore...
Make her lose.
Yes.
All
and make her be dumb, too. Like, lose focus.
Time!
I don't think she was even on SmackDown this week, was she?
If she was, her role was so
I don't think she was.
bad that we're not remembering it, and it made no impression. So
because Becky Lynch basically challenged Carmella, so Asuka's done with this particular title feud. Yeah, just like that. Thanks, Ellsworth.
So you got a hammer right here. And you know what I'm going to do with this hammer? I'm going to beat something. You can't see it off camera, but I assure you it's here. It's a dead horse. I'm going to keep beating this dead horse of why, is all the greats from NXT. Why are they getting rained on the man? It seemed, okay, you can't have. I'm going to put this real hammer down, before something happens. But I get it, she's not going to be exactly the Asuka we had in NXT. That's fine. That's fine. Somebody's going to lose. It's the main roster. Yeah. It's a bigger roster. There's more stuff you gotta worry about. I'm not, so wrapped up in my fandom of Asuka or these NXT folks. We could do a whole episode. Like I said, there's the dead horse. But seriously, people were on board with Asuka so much, and maybe have her lose to Charlotte. Maybe, kind of just take some of that pressure off of, get some freedom in that, how you write for her.
It made the mixed match challenge pretty predictable when they kept harping on her.
Yeah.
Streak the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, make it a WrestleMania moment. Build up Charlotte as this, conquering hero, and then still have, kind of get that monkey off the back of Asuka and then go forward. Don't make her fucking lose all the motherfucking time!
Let's put this in perspective. Since she's come to Raw and then SmackDown, the main roster, over a year ago, she has yet to hold any championships.
And granted, there's only 2 for the ladies.
Yeah, but she's been on both brands and has not successfully captured either belt in over a year.
If they're...
We know what she's
if they're, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been this fired up about the women's division of the WWE. So, I will give credit where it's due. I'm fucking fired the fuck up about it now. And, because they had they have, that's why they have better talent now. Second of all, they have one of the best, Asuka's one of, the few women lady wrestlers in recent, that's really captured me. That's not a slide on Charlotte. That's not a slide on Bayley or Becky or Sasha or any of the... They're all great. I no longer, like I did in 2008. Unless it's Natalia, do I just, or Mickey, I don't leave, like I did then. I'm excited about women's wrestling that's not, in the Berwyn Eagles Club.
Yeah, right. That's because one of them went over there and trained people.
Yeah, exactly. But that being said, Asuka finally had me, finally like, ooh, this is going to be cool on the main roster. Ooh, Rousey's coming. Ooh, undefeated versus, ooh, stuff going to be happening. And it's just... And it's just made me like, how do you fuck that up? I can understand Vince doesn't like tag teams, so he's not going to be on board with the Revival as much. I can understand that, hey, maybe there's too many big fish for Ty Dillinger to really get it. Hey, you know what? Maybe they feel like they can sell a lot of T-shirts with Bobby Roode, so making him a good guy is their idea of the right idea because people sing his theme song and he can maybe sell some merch. I 100% don't agree with all of them, except, well, Ty Dillinger, I love him, but he is kind of lost in the shuffle. But 2 out of the 3, I disagree with 100%, but I get it. This one I don't fucking get.
Right. I mean, what's the point? It's like...
Yeah.
Well, this isn't the only person they dropped the ball with in the women's division, though. I don't know that they know what they're doing anymore over there.
No.
I mean, you got Absolution, the Iconics, Asuka, the Riot Squad, they've done nothing with any of them, and they've all done a bunch of losing since they come up. I mean, it's... And
don't get me wrong, I love Becky Lynch. I'm glad that she's getting... I hope she wins.
Oh, yeah.
She's a great talent. I'd say I was, I really enjoyed her character. I enjoyed her presentation. I like the whole, the last kicker character. I love it. Mm-hmm. But just... Yeah. But that was Asuka.
Right.
And that's what Asuka has become. And I just had that hope, I thought, maybe going in with the pessimistic mentality, I'd get that nice little, happiness, Asuka won, yay! But instead, I'm reminded why sometimes, quite a lot of the time, I'm a giant pessimist.
Precedent. There is precedent for it.
But we go from there to where it seems like maybe they aren't going to fuck something up. And it looks like we're getting Miz and Bryan at SummerSlam. I was kind of hoping they'd hold it out till next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, but even Daniel Bryan didn't have faith for that. So
yeah.
At least
we're getting it. It's so it seems. Not going to really talk too much about the match at Extreme Rules because it occurred. I feel bad saying that.
Which one? Team Hell No?
Yeah, it occurred. It was there. It was meant to further a grander story. It felt like, and then Kane was limited, so it's like you can't get mad at the people, and you can't get mad at the Bludgeon Brothers and Bryan for. They did the best they could with the hand they were dealt with Kane's injury.
Oh, yeah.
So...
it made sense.
Yeah, and I didn't expect Team Hell No to win.
No. The story, was good where they did the injury and stuff. I mean, it made sense. Bryan took him to the limit, but it was 2-on-1.
Took him to the limit, but it was 2-on-1, and, Bryan still got that underdog, factor to him. But,
Hey, bright spot, Shinsuke Nakamura finally won a title.
Yay! And I'm looking forward to that whole run.
Yes. So far, so good.
So far, but we're, they're doing Bryan and Miz, and it's a match 2 years in the making. Mm-hmm. So let's...
there's going to be a heck of a hype package for that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine. They got so much material to work with.
Oh, yeah. Miz has been taunting him in retirement. Mm-hmm. So I mean we'll see what happens there, but I'm at least happy they're not just ignoring it because there was a part of me that thought okay, they could just make this a thoroughly bullshit. So at least they're gonna put it on SummerSlam, if not WrestleMania. SummerSlam's good.
Oh yeah.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, that's
It's gonna
pretty
be exciting. Yep.
I'm excited about that. And then you're at Shinsuke. Awesome stuff with Shinsuke.
Oh, yeah.
U.S. champion. See what he does with that.
I bet he's going to close every promo with God bless America now.
I love that.
That's what he did this last week. It's funny.
I love shit. Like, you know, sometimes Nick's in that chair. And last time he was there, you know, I kind of said, you know, I remember you texting, you know, told the story. I said, you messaged me from your seat at WrestleMania after you felt that Shinsuke and AJ didn't live up to, you know, that Wrestle Kingdom, you know, rematch expectation from one of their last matches in New Japan. I think I'm over Shinsuke at this point. And who would have known a minute later, something would happen to just completely change Shinsuke up. So, yeah, that's awesome. I'm interested to see what he does with the United States title. And then finally, we got another somewhat of a dream match, at least in my opinion, on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Andrade Cien Almas, AJ Styles, and pretty damn good. Finally seeing Almas. Don't fuck Almas up.
Right?
Please.
We finally got
Please don't
something.
fuck Almas up.
We finally got something besides a match with Sin Cara.
Right. Yep.
So
I got a low battery warning, so if there's a break or you see me just going,
yeah,
that's what that was. Mm-hmm. So, you know, behind the scenes of the Just Team Mox Wrestling Recap
that's
Show.
right.
So yeah, great match. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Like, the problem with this is whenever there's something's a great match, like there's nothing more we can really say about it to do just except go watch it if you haven't already.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, blow by blows are never do it justice.
Yeah, and then that's when AJ Styles did this, and then Andrade Cien Almas, he chopped him, and then they locked up, and then AJ Styles went for an Irish whip. And then Andrade Cien Almas decided to leapfrog. And then that's when... See, that don't work.
Mm-mm.
But something that does work and work hard are both of those two individuals.
Yes.
Got that segue
there
in
you
there.
go.
Yeah,
There you go.
both those individuals, great match. And to quote Conrad Thompson, the rumor and innuendo are suggesting that it's going to be Joe and AJ at SummerSlam, which... Again, 10 years ago when they were in TNA, we never thought they'd be going for the WWE title at SummerSlam. Outside of maybe GM mode on a SmackDown vs. Raw game.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, no kidding.
So... Yeah, pretty... Hopefully they get that. Hopefully they're ready to give... strap that rocket ship to Joe. I mean, I won't be complaining if AJ retains, but I'm going to be really happy for Joe if he wins.
Oh, heck yeah.
So
yeah, in a perfect world, just let Daniel Bryan beat Miz and then immediately challenge Joe after he wins it. You know, I know I'm dreaming here, but hey,
yeah. But
hold on to the dream.
You gotta hold on to something before they crush it, like they did with my Asuka dreams. You know. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this portion. Stay tuned afterwards for my thoughts on the goings-on for the G1 Climax Tournament in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now. If you'd like daily updates on the G1 Climax Tournament, be sure to, and among many other things, including some comic articles and much more content, go like the Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. If you enjoyed this video and like to see other videos, not just from pro wrestling, comics, gamings, anime videos, I have them all. Please hit that subscribe button or share this. If you enjoyed it and would like some other people to check it out, please spread the word of the channel and this particular show here. He's not on social media because he's got kids and you don't have time for that, but go like my Facebook page. That is the end of the main broadcast. That's Jedi Jason Kruger. I'm the Athletic Geek, and, well, at least for this portion, we're just two marks. We're out. Stay tuned for the G1 report.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the final part of this week's episode, the recap of the G1 Climax. Now, on my Facebook page, I post updated results of the standings for both the A block and the B block of the G1 Climax, and also the results of the previous night's action. This is going to be a little different. Rather than just recapping results and standings, this is more so a look at the stories that have spurned out of the G1 Climax so far. Both the A block and the B block have competed on 3 nights, and there's many developments. We're going to discuss a few of them right here, right now. So without any further ado, let's get started. Those that watched the G1 special from San Francisco noticed that former IWGP heavyweight champion Kazuchika Okada came out with a different look and a different attitude. Okada's been all about smiling with the pressures of being the champion lift off his shoulders. He says the G1 is all about smiling. However, this new mentality has not given him very much success in this year's G1 Climax Tournament. On night 1 of the G1 Climax, Kazuchika Okada was beaten by fellow Chaos stablemate Jay White. On the next night of A-Block action, he was beaten by Bullet Club OG Bad Luck Fale. He finally picked up his first win of the tournament against Hangman Page on night 3 of A-Block action, but as it stands right now, the former IWGP Heavyweight Champion is towards the bottom of A-Block with a meager 2 points. Much like the New England Patriots or the Alabama Crimson Tide, a slow start does not mean that glory will elude the Rainmaker. However, myself, along with a lot of other fans, are shocked to see the former longest-reigning IWGP Heavyweight Champion struggle so early on this year in the G1 Climax. At the G1 special in San Francisco, Juice Robinson achieved his dream. He finally won his first championship in New Japan Pro Wrestling. A lot of us felt that on the heels of this big victory, Juice would have big things on the horizon in the G1 Climax Tournament. However, so far, that has not been the case. At the time of this recording, Juice Robinson currently stands at the bottom of B block with 0 points, dropping his first match to Tama Tonga, his second match to Kota Ibushi, and his third to Tetsuya Naito. In addition to being at the bottom of B block, the 3 previously mentioned names have now earned the right to challenge Juice for his IWGP United States Championship at a future date. With this slump in the G1 Climax and potential challengers from 3 of New Japan's top stars, the dream of holding a title in New Japan Pro Wrestling may have become a nightmare for the flamboyant Juice Robinson. At the beginning of the G1 Climax, a lot of fans had Switchblade Jay White pegged as a dark horse that could really make a big splash in this tournament. However, I don't think any of us were aware of the splash that Jay White was going to make. As previously mentioned, not only did Jay White pin Kazuchika Okada in his first match in the G1 Climax, but during his second match at the G1 Climax, he pinned the ace of the universe and former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Hiroshi Tanahashi. In his third match in the G1 Climax, Jay White defeated former IWGP Intercontinental and Never Openweight Champion, Michael Elgin. As of right now, Jay White sits atop A block with 6 points, and it's safe to say that Jay White has gone from dark horse to favorite in the A block. With his win over Kenny Omega back in January, and his wins over Okada and Tanahashi here in the G1 Climax, 2018 is really shaping up to be the year of the Switchblade, and if this continues, 2019 may start off with a Wrestle Kingdom main event for Jay White.